For tonight, we still got the shower activity coming through with the front. And right now, if you look at radar, a lot of this still is not reaching the ground. The front really is sitting just to the west of Minneapolis. So those returns are starting to increase a little bit, indicating then the dark greens. I think you'll start seeing some of this precipitation to reach the ground. That's your wind speed still pretty strong. These are sustained winds, 15 to 20 and some gust higher. You can see especially west of the river. Excuse me. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye on as the front comes through. But the shower activity will be light, and a lot of areas may not see much of anything, but that opportunity exists. Probably as we get closer to about 8 to 9 p.m., that's when the front gets close, at least to the Minneapolis. You can see the turn of the winds right there. As we get closer to about 9 to 10, especially towards 10, you'll see that getting a little bit closer. And that's when I think some of this activity could reach the ground. Just very light precipitation, more heavier showers further east, kind of east of the area. Maybe as you get towards southwest Wisconsin, you might see a little bit of a stronger shower there. But otherwise, most of this is going to be light precipitation. Then as we get closer to about 11 p.m. and midnight, it definitely pushes east with a lot of activity there in eastern Wisconsin. And then the winds will become up. We'll see decreasing clouds after about midnight. Precipitation, that means we're going to wake up to fairly nice conditions. A light wind out of the west, some sunshine out there. It does pick up a little bit, maybe some low clouds or fog. Some of this you can note right there. That's a possibility to keep in mind, but it won't last too long. The winds do pick up. Enjoy the sunshine and the mild conditions because they're not going to last too long. By the afternoon, you see the cloud cover begin to expand across the area. Winds turn back around to the northwest. There's going to be a cold front that's going to kind of sag south throughout the area. Remaining dry for the most part, but that'll be what you'll go towards the evening. So it definitely will have a chill towards Friday evening with that northwest wind kind of strong at times and those temperatures beginning to fall. But overall, still mild conditions for the most part. Tonight's lows will be mild still, mostly 40s, mid-30s to the north, but most of the other areas we're actually in the 40s, even though we do clear out. But that wind will be going on. Now tomorrow, depending on where you are, depends on how fast the cloud cover comes. And further north you go, it arrives earlier, low to mid 40s there. Further south you go, it's more mid to upper 50s. Even a few 60s are possible too. So kind of depends on where you are. But overall, these are still, for the most part, above average. Now come Saturday, that system's in the Dakotas. It's going to dive south. It's going to push east into about western Minnesota, western Iowa. We're going to get kind of the tail end as it kind of shifts east south of the area, and you'll see that here in a second. The precipitation should begin to expand across west of the river as we get closer to 10, 11 a.m. By the time we get to about noon, we're going to see a light precipitation. Right now, this is indicating more snow, but it could be a mix. It depends how things plan out. Further north you go, you still might see some sprinkles or flurries, but overall, it's just going to be a lot of cloud cover further north to La Crosse than anything else. This will continue through the Saturday evening. If you're not to snow by Saturday afternoon south of La Crosse, definitely by the evening hour it will change over. It'll begin to wrap up, at least most of it, as we get closer to 10, 11 p.m. But you notice clearing skies too behind. Winds will start picking up. The cold air will start filtering into the area. So for snowfall potential, it's really west and south of the area. It might touch some parts of southwest Wisconsin and more of a northeastern Iowa to get into that 1 to 3. Better shot as you go further east. All in all, most areas will probably be under that. Now for high temperatures for Saturday, as you see, mid to upper 30s further north, just barely in the 40s there. That's just the start of the temperatures, because if you look at Sunday, these are the temperatures. It's going to feel more probably like into the 20s with that northwest wind quite strong, and some flurries out there too with that cold air settling into overhead. And that cold snap will last. But the good news, only a couple days of it, and then we're going to warm right back up with another system coming through on Veterans Day. We should all warm up in the 40s, and for the most part, the second half of next week is fairly quiet with above average temperatures once again. So travel plans, the road issue, probably Saturday night you might have to keep an eye on, maybe far southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa, as the temperatures do go back below freezing. Yeah. You might have some icy spots. For the most part, the bigger story is going to be the temperatures, but a lot of areas may see the first touch of snow this year.
It might be a good day to stay in and watch the snow from the window.
Well,
it's going to be icy outside.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Greg.